Well, good evening, and my name is Sachin Kumbhar, and thank you so much for joining us all. And इस लॉकडाउन के ज़माने में थोड़े से हम घर पे बैठ के स्ट्रेस्ड हो जाते हैं, थोड़े से मूड स्विंग्स होते हैं यहाँ वहाँ पर. पॉजिटिविटी की सख्त ज़रूरत होती है, एंड सोशल मीडिया इज़ वन प्लेस जहाँ से हमें ढेर सारी पॉजिटिविटी मिलती है. एंड व्हाई नॉट यार, मेक इट एन इवनिंग टू सेलिब्रेट somebody who's got us global recognition, a name, and made us proud, the very beautiful. उसे एक बार देखने से ऐसा लगता है कि we are skipping a beat. I know you all have been eagerly waiting for this, and thank you so much. Blue suits me. Hello from Indonesia. Hey, from India too. And yes, definitely, Dia Mirza will be joining us anytime now on our Insta Live. A very good evening to all of you who've joined us in. And अगर celebrate करना है तो a wave on your chat would be great. If you could give a thumbs up or a wave to us so that we know you're active and live. And it is time for us to सादाब खान, अब लव स्ट्रक हो गए हो. अब जो आने वाली है उन्हें देखकर तो और भी ज्यादा लव स्ट्रक होने वाले हो. Can I be a Miss India? Of course. Yes, you can be a Miss India. Whenever post lockdown the pageant is announced, and you'll definitely be there up and about. If you fit the bill, why not? And I'm just going to wait and see if Dia has joined us. Let me see if she's here.
Hi.
Hi Dia, good to see you.
To see you.
And I'm going to give you a.
Or you've become like synonymous with Miss India now.
It's a good thing, right? It's a good thing. You've been there for 20 years. I have been a part of it for the past few years, and I'm glad to be in the same ship with you. Welcome to you, and I'm going to give you a virtual jhappi, a big jhappi coming to you.
Big jhappi back.
Thank you so much. And all those who.
It's.
Sorry.
I said thank you for reminding me. It's been 20 years.
Yes, 20 long, beautiful years. And all of us who have joined us in, let me just tell you, all the khitab that Dia Mirza actually holds. UN Environment Goodwill Ambassador and United Nations Secretary General Advocate for Sustainable Development Goals, actor, producer, and of course, Miss India Asia Pacific 2000. Ladies and gentlemen, Dia Mirza, it's so good to have you. So good to have you here.
Good to be here.
And as we mentioned, 20 years, people right now are under so much, एक तो करने के लिए बहुत है नहीं, तो घर पे बैठ के either frustration होता है, या you're worried, stressed about the future, what's going to happen. But we're not going to talk about all of that. We are going to look about the glorious 20 years that you've gone through. But before that, how is lockdown treating you? We need to, we want to know what's happening with your life.
I think we're very fortunate, Sachin, that we're at home, we're with family, we're comfortable, have food and water and everything that we need to keep ourselves busy and occupied. And I that we're very fortunate to be able to work while at home. I've been speaking to artists, filmmakers, I've had children talking about the to nurture a strong connection and relationship with nature, because pandemic is the outcome of our relationship with nature. And if anything, this lockdown and the level that it's been, and how starkly it has reminded us of our, this fragile ecosystem that supports our life that we have expected.
We want to know, what happened when you were actually crowned that evening, that moment, that life-changing moment that happened in your life. What was that? What was the feeling? What went in your head? Besides the expression, because, we've seen those videos, zillion times, but yeah. What was going on in your head?
I'll never forget, it was in Pune, year 2000. My parents are somewhere in the audience. We were announced winners, these crowns on our heads, and we wore our sachets, we took that final walk, came back, we were posing on stage. And suddenly it was like these flashbulbs went crazy. The media had descended on the stage, take pictures of us. And all I remember thinking to myself was, where are my parents? I want to meet them.
Tell me, but what happened? You were waiting to meet mom and dad. You met them.
And then we got away to do this photo shoot with Shah Rukh Khan.
Wow.
And then again this iconic cover where again I am looking at Shah Rukh Khan with like complete awe and love, and Priyanka ahead with this amazing confidence that we have. And that was the cover shoot right after the pageant being crowned. The first thing that happened was we went backstage to this whole photo shoot set up cover with Shah Rukh Khan.
And the innocence, the way you're telling us, is still in there intact. The way, like the childlike, the way you're expressing it, you're loving it.
It was like this. I'm telling you, it was. You actually, before we got cut off, asked me what life before one, and I was beginning to tell you how I'm just this regular kid who is going to college and got some attention. I was a little pretty, was doing a little.
Of course.
And was also doing a part-time job at a multimedia company. Had never actually consciously thought that मुझे Miss India बनना है. I really wanted to. I got the opportunity to participate, and I said, there are so many thousands of girls who dream about this. I should not, disrespect this opportunity. So I went into the contest really looking for an opportunity to grow, learn something. Because I actually didn't come from a background of competition. I went to a very unique school in that didn't have competition right through school. And it was the first time I'd gone away from home, lived away from home, my travel, my stay, everything in a new city. So it was very beautiful and empowering.
But tell me one thing, you mentioned a multimedia company. Do you still have any colleagues from that company that you say, or you go back ever? Has that ever happened that you actually walk down that aisle and go?
One of my colleagues, Dheeraj, has a high-level job with Delhi Devils. He was also involved with the Pro Kabaddi.
Of course, Dheeraj. Yes, Dheeraj. The Delhi boy.
Yeah, so Dheeraj was someone I worked with. Of course, he was much older than me. Sorry, Dheeraj. He was way senior. I was like a bacha in this company, acting all grown up. रोज साड़ी पहन के ऑफिस जाती थी अपने आप को बहुत एडल्ट.
But Dheeraj is still the hero. He's still the hero. We met him recently on the Pro Kabaddi mat. Dheeraj, you, me, we bumped. Yeah, we did meet him.
Yeah, we did. Oh, yeah, we were together. Of course.
Yes, of course. Came to the mat. And tell me, what happened after that day? When you won, after that night? Then on till now. How was the journey? What happened? What changed? The brand Dia Mirza happened.
Oh my God, Sachin, is really tough to encapsulate in words. But I think what happened was life changed dramatically. Opportunities presented themselves. I think we were compelled to learn quickly how to work with teams, how to learn, absorb, and then kind of cultivate a very strong sense of self and be able to perform and deliver in high pressure situations.
And you did create your own niche.
And I swear it just continues. It hasn't stopped. No, it hasn't stopped, because 20 years on, I look at everything that I've done in life and continue to aspire and hope to do, and I discover that it is a constant journey of self-discovery. It's a constant journey of realizing and finding your purpose. It's a constant endeavor to find a balance, able to do and kind of hold back a little bit. But it's been fascinating.
You said that it's a journey. We learn every single day, no matter what age, what era, whatever. We keep learning. But was there a moment ever in your life, or does it happen even today, that you want to say that, "Bas, ab mujhse nahi hoga"? You know, a lot of people go through this. So,
Yeah.
how do you bounce back, and how do you actually tell yourself that, motivate yourself that, Diya ko bhi ye feel hota hai, and how does she get
No,
out of it?
leading a very public life and so much of energy in expending, giving all the time. Very important to be able to just kind of, go back to yourself, draw into your space, whether it is just being home and spending time doing absolutely nothing, eating, meditating, doing something that doesn't really engage public. It's very necessary. Every year for my birthday, 10, 15 days, off to a retreat or an ashram, I swim, or go off to the forest. I think for anybody in the city and who lives very uh, continuous life, a lot of work happening all the time, travel, lot of, it's necessary to be able to go away every
See, there are many young aspirants who still are not in the position to actually do all of this, or go to a retreat and do things like that, or they're very young to actually, a lot of youngsters don't accept or not very comfortable because meditation takes time and stuff. But what is that one thing that you actually tell your brains or mind, and you actually train yourself to be like, snap out of it, and you have to stay positive? So what is that
so
mantra?
discipline and diet play a very important role in how you think, how productive you are as a um, exercise, playing a sport, doing something that you enjoy doing, whether it's singing. Uh, I think is something that everybody can do. There are now it's become apps available. You just need to download it for guidance. Um, but I think that the combination of what you eat, how regularly you do something energizes you, that you really enjoy. I've been in a very lucky place in life and have been for a long time. Everything I do, I love.
So
So
love.
don't love it, I don't do it. So yeah, and I think if you pay the course and decide that you're only going to do what really inspires you, then and do it with a certain amount of discipline, where you take care of your mind, your body, you can just be more productive.
Dia, you mentioned that you should actually go to these apps. You should also try and sing. So, have you tried singing this lockdown period?
Singing? No. I sing. I sing in the. I sing with my nephew sometimes. Or when I'm around children, some songs. But yeah, and of course, when I'm doing radio interviews, I'm always made to sing, because for some reason, if it's radio, you have to sing.
Really? But this is not radio. So, before we wrap, we will do that. We'll get Dia to sing. And I'm going to ask all our viewers, if you want Dia to sing, then just say a yes, or tell yes, we want Dia to sing. Then we'll get her to sing a little later. Dia, you also, you yourself, Miss India title holder, but you also are a mentor for Miss India contestants. What goes into actually mentoring these young girls who are on this pageant?
I think the first and the most important thing is to give them the opportunity to themselves. Where you want to encourage them to be true to who they are. Many of our contestants come from different parts of the country. They have very unique circumstances that they come from. Very, very challenging. And being a Miss India contest can be emotionally daunting. You're away from home, you're away from your to look a certain way, So I think the one thing that I always ask,
Yeah.
don't, overthink anything. Uh, Relax, trust, and trust the process, and trust the guidance you receive, and just you. Don't try and be like, don't try and be like, try and be like or Lara. Don't try and be like anybody you hired before. Just be you.
Yeah, don't ape anybody. Just be yourself, and you will win it. So, uh, there's one thing that I have noticed, and this is my personal question, on behalf of a lot of young aspirants who don't speak English that fluently. So I've always seen that they always feel a little inhibited. कि अगर अंग्रेजी बोलना नहीं आता, तो they feel a little inhibited.
आपकी जो भी भाषा, किसी भाषा में आप कंफर्टेबल हैं, आप उसी भाषा में बात कीजिए. हमारी, मैं कभी नहीं भूलूंगी, हम बहुत खूबसूरत, जिन्होंने इतना सुंदर जवाब हिंदी और we were not uncomfortable speaking at all, and no, although I have to admit that जब आप इंटरनेशनल में और आप अगर अंग्रेजी बात कर पाए, speak in English, you have a wider audience understanding, because sometimes the translator doesn't really get the emotion of your answer. It's not always what you say, it's also how you say it that
Exactly.
connects you with people. So it can be an advantage to speak or be in English, but that doesn't matter really, because it's also how you speak and what is the essence of what you're saying. It translates, it connects people. It can mean any language.
How genuine or dil se bolna chahiye. That's when it reaches, it connects to the people. So, talking about, your wonderful and beautiful journey, but currently all these young aspirants who are in lockdown, who are preparing, for the pageant, to be a part of the pageant soon, whenever the lockdown opens up. What is that thing that, it's because it's very easy to be lazy. At this point of time, we can just get up at 2 o'clock, we can have our lunch, we can watch as much as binge series, but how does one snap out of it and have a routine? Because it's not easy to train your mind to actually have a routine when you have nothing to do. So
timetable works, Sachin. Just creating a timetable for all the things that you want to do through the day and sticking, encouraging yourself to keep the time. Have a time to wake up, have a fixed time to sleep, exercise, read, stay with what's happening in the real world. Don't give mentality and shut it out. Yes, it can be hard, sometimes it's challenging, but go through the entire process, because I think that this pageant, this platform is not just an opportunity to look good, an opportunity to do good, a lot of good. I think as a person, you need to be able to see, understand, and define what it is that you really care about. That is actually a big part of your preparation, part of it. Because if there's one question we always ask the young girl who comes to the part of this: what do you want to do with it? Why are you here?
So it's what you do with it, as you beautifully
Yeah,
put. And
absolutely.
Dia is a live example of, she's done everything right and everything for a good cause and for the society, not just for herself as a brand, but for the society. So we thank you for that. But there's a very sweet question, and I find it a little funny too, that do you look the same at 5 a.m. in the morning?
You will have to call me at 5 a.m. to
Okay. So I will not video call you from I'll do that.
that I don't look very different.
I'll get Jisha to call you on a video call to actually check as well.
Please do.
Dia, any tips that you would want to give, before we call it a close? So, any tips for all the aspirants and everybody who's actually, not just aspirants, each and every individual on this planet, on this Insta Live who's just joined us?
This is a very important decade for humans, to understand the difference that we can make at an individual level, not just in, but in the health and the lives of people and the planet. I think it will be amazing for every one of individual changes. Can we segregate waste at home? Can we plant more trees? We refuse single-use plastics? Can we find any way to live in with? Because Sachin, life can go on, but health, prosperity, achieving dreams, hoping for a future that our children and ourselves won't be possible without a healthy environment.
Totally.
Really hope that we all come out of this pandemic with a deeper respect and understanding of how to nature and how to move forward with a better sense of passion and empathy, not just towards people immediately in our lives, everyone. And
True, because as you said, Mother Earth is actually healing by herself with this pandemic, but we have to be contributors to better it and bounce back and give her that respect. So well put together. Thank you so much, Dia. And I haven't forgotten that music app that you spoke about and that you sing as well for your nephew and when kids are there. So we are going to close this with Dia singing, and everybody's been saying, each and every individual, most of them have been saying song, and they've given songs. So
I've been reading all the comments.
Sach keh raha hai Diva.
Okay,
sach keh raha hu, yeah.
That's a very, very tough song to sing.
But
yeah,
a friend of mine called Hop One, he's like a crazy, crazy fan. We work out together, and he said, I challenge you if you get her to sing. And I'm like, okay, challenge accepted. Let me see if my dost Dia ek chota sa gana ga degi for all the Insta fans as well.
Okay, so let me do Zara Zara, because Sach Keh Raha is very tough. Zara Zara is even more difficult, but
can I share this personal anecdote of my life? Is when I met Jisha in my life, and Jisha actually told me, I said I work for radio, and she said,
I was a photographer on my film set.
And I said, yes.
3 films. She was the on-set photographer. So and Omja Jagdish was there photographing. So in fact, a majority of the poster images were Jisha.
Yes, I know that, and I'm proud about it. So, actually, when I met her for the first time, I said I work for radio. We met in Dubai, and I said I work for radio. Oh, I don't know much about radio because I don't listen to radio here. So I said, what do you do in your car? I swear it, I'm not kidding. And if you can call her. You can ask her later. She had a cassette or a CD of only the song Zara Zara, and I actually sang that song and recorded it for her when we got together, and gifted her that song and surprised her and all of that. So this song is very, very special to her as well. So go for it.
How sweet. Okay. Zara zara महकता बहकता है आज तो मेरा तन बदन, मैं प्यासी हूँ मुझे भर ले अपनी बाहों में, है तेरी कसम मुझको सनम दूर कहीं ना,
ये दूरी कहती है पास रे आजा रे. We can't do that right now because it's locked down. So virtually, pass aaja re. Thank you so much, Dia, for being a sport, and thank you for your contribution to the society. And congratulations once again on your beautiful, beautiful 20 years of journey of winning the title of Miss India Asia Pacific 2000. And thank you for being you. Thank you for being so positive and so beautiful even today.
Thank you, Sachin. It's wow. I still can't believe it's been 20 years. It like somebody says that, I'm like, it feels like many lifetimes ago, and it also feels like just yesterday. So
Yeah.
it's thank you for. I'm so glad we could have this. Forward to seeing you soon.
Yes, looking forward to seeing you soon too. And thank you. And you do look like you just got won the pageant. So you also look like fresh, dear Mirza there. So thank you so much for joining us. And thank you for being a sport to actually sing and sing it beautifully.
Make sure you take whatever your bet was with your friend, like what.
Sorry,
Make sure you get whatever friend
challenge Up One for. I will definitely tell Up One that yes, I won the challenge. Thank you so much. You have a great evening and thank you for joining us. Thank
you.
you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.